It's Dr. Lisa Ma, and okay. So I'm a family medicine physician, and this is my family here. You can see in the background, that's Ensenada. That's where I met my husband 20 years ago. I was doing medical missions down there for about 3 years, and we were trying to look for a local church to partner up with, and his father was a pastor of a small church there, and we met, and 20 years, 20 years ago this month we met, and we got married that year, later that year, and we've been serving down there ever since, taking teams down there, so come with us on our next trip. We do medical and dental and physical therapy, everything, it's fun. So also at that same time, I was constructing my medical office in East Los Angeles. So I have my own family practice there, but I also work as a hospitalist, which means that I work in the med-surg unit, ICU, for various medical groups. And I also am a medical director of a skilled nursing facility where I see patients who rehab post-hospitalization. So I see the very, very sad consequences of metabolic health. Actually, my topic is metabolic health, sorry, I didn't have that up there. So this, just seeing the devastation that my patients go through, just really motivates me, and it drives me to educate them as an outpatient. Even in childhood, I have plenty of young children who are really in poor metabolic health as well. And it really is never too early or late to improve your metabolic health. So what is metabolic health? So simply it's when you're metabolically fit, you basically have a healthy metabolism. You're able to digest, you're able to absorb and process nutrient food and turn them into energy. And this starts at a cellular level. Basically, you're turning food into energy efficiently. So are American adults healthy? Are they healthy? Are we, Doterra, are we metabolically healthy? Are you metabolically healthy? Chances are no. So there was a prevalence study done. It spanned over 7 years, from 2006 to 2016. And basically in the beginning of the study, they looked at all these adults, and 20% of them were metabolically healthy, meaning that they had these 5 biomarkers: the good blood pressure, good fasting glucose, good triglycerides, good HDL cholesterol, and nice waist circumference. So for men, less than 40 inches, women less than 35 inches. So in order to be metabolically healthy, you have to have all 5 of those markers normal. And so again, at the end of that study, only all 88% of the population were unhealthy. So that's 7 out of 8. And that was in 2016. So by now it's probably worse. And so just look at that decline, keep that in your brain. So 88% of us are healthy, but 70% of Americans are not at goal weight. So that means that just by being a normal weight doesn't make you. In fact, 1 of 4 teenagers has abnormal insulin levels and abnormal sugar levels. So as the years progress, this our nation's situation is getting worse. So what does metabolic dysfunction, what is metabolic dysfunction? It is the problem creating energy out of food. And again, it starts at a cellular level, and this poor cell function turns into poor tissue function, which turns into poor organ function, and basically it affects your whole body. You know, all these systems are affected, every cell is affected. So endocrine, just take a look at all the organ systems that are affected. So what does that mean? That means early aging. And so the more metabolically dysfunctional we are, the faster we age. So why is this happening to so many of us? And the answer is sugar. Sugar, and I mean, okay. Rice, bread, pasta, sugary drinks. So the average American, we talked about this yesterday, eats 150 times more refined sugar compared to 100 years ago. And that sugar causes immediate damage, oxidative stress, glycation, inflames the cells. That's immediate, but there's also delayed consequences. So by increasing insulin levels, sugar intake increases insulin levels and leads to insulin resistance. So when we intake sugar, remember bread, pasta, soda, rice, insulin, which is a hormone, it's produced by the pancreas, and this hormone is responsible for taking sugar out of circulation and into your cells to use for energy. And after abusing sugar, the cells become insulin resistant, and you don't want to listen to that message of insulin anymore, and levels rise and rise. And then the body stops burning fat, especially around the center. You get tired, fatigued, because all of that energy is locked inside those fat cells. The cells, all of the cells. And then these fat cells produce a lot of inflammation, cause a lot of end organ damage. And that's the damage I see in the hospital and the nursing home. And it also changes brain chemistry. And we're hungry all the time, and we're sad and unsatisfied. And then here we go again, craving that sugar, craving that sugar high, sugar rush, and the fake happiness that we get when we eat that sugar. So the cycle continues. So what should we do? I want to be hopeful. What should we do? There's a lot that we can do. It's amazing. We can start reversing this damage. And some simple things are, and actually quite effective, more effective than a lot of things that I might prescribe, changing our lifestyle, one habit at a time. So the first thing you should do is stop sugar, stop eating it. And remember the bread, like a bagel. I have so many patients, I'll just ask them, so what did you eat for breakfast? Oh, I just ate a healthy bagel. One bagel, most of you know this already, it's like 5 slices of bread. So that's like a lot of sugar, that's a lot of insulin. So, okay, stop sugar. And don't go to sugar-free. Please, don't go to sugar-free, because all those artificial sugars, they destroy the cell's integrity, and then the cells are not insulin responsive anymore. They're insulin resistant, you get the same problem, and it destroys also your microbiome. So you're getting these high insulin levels, and now your microbiome is all confused. And we're going to talk about that later with Eliza Bacon. I'm so excited about that talk. And so yeah, damage with artificial sugars. And then eat your colors, your beautiful colors, your phytonutrients. So not artificial colors, because those can do the same as the artificial sugars. All that artificial ingredients start damaging, all the cells, and again, insulin resistance occurs. But colorful veggies, because each color represents phytonutrients that actually help the cells to be more insulin sensitive, and they repair the cells, and they help that metabolism work really well, just bringing down that inflammation. And it promotes that great microbiome. Every color stimulates different types of microbes that we want, those probiotics, those good things. It'll keep our PBS cyst alive. So number 4 is become a green thumb of your microbiome. So just imagine that internal garden, like just bacteria is everywhere in our body, and we want the good stuff to be helping us. That internal garden helps with those sugar spikes too. It helps us when we do eat to absorb and you process sugars correctly, and so we don't have that crazy sugar spike. It also helps direct our cravings. So if we have a bad microbiome, we're going to be craving really bad things. But we have a good microbiome, we will create healthy things. So number 5, don't eat low fat. Please don't eat low fat. I get so much of that in my clinic. Low fat is really dangerous. Low protein, low fiber is very dangerous. You just get like incredible sugar spikes when you don't have enough fat in your gut. So definitely healthy fats, such as fish, avocado, nuts, MCT oil, olive oil. And make sure you eat a lot of fiber and water. And also time that correctly. If you eat that before your meal, that can really help you with eating a lot of fiber. Eat your salad first, that's why it comes first. Drink all your water, and then you eat your food later. Number 7, drink enough water, at least, well, maybe in Arizona more, because it's really dry out here, but half your weight in ounces, okay? And then number 8 is don't eat 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, because that's when your cells are not really insulin sensitive at that point. You're really insulin resistant at night before bed, so do not eat 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. And stress. Stress. Cortisol is horrible. Your adrenal glands, when you stress in your mind, cortisol is secreted by your adrenal glands, and unless you're being chased by a bear, you don't need all that sugar in your circulation, right? It just kind of, cortisol tells your liver and just put out all this sugar so you can run or you can fight the bear. But likely you're not, are you? Running from a bear? So you really don't need that high sugar level. Don't stress. And this is what I love about Doterra. Doterra is awesome. It supports good habits and good metabolic health. So number 1, Slim and Sassy is amazing. It's called the Metabolic blend for a reason. It helps with your sugar cravings, gives you energy, helps with that, lays that stomach emptying, and reduces that sugar spike. Grapefruit oil, for instance, it increases lipolysis, which is the breakdown of fat cells. So there's this study of laboratory rats that actually they made to inhale grapefruit essential oil, and they actually had fat cells breaking down. So inhale it, ingest it, rub it all over you. So grapefruit essential oil is really, really awesome. And it also reduces glutathione with all the limonene in it. It helps, again, detoxify your cells, detoxify your organs. Cinnamon bark essential oil, which is in, again, the Slim and Sassy, but you can use it by itself too. It reduces that sugar spike, it's the insulin spikes, and then over time, it can help your microbiome by killing all that excess yeast you probably have been growing because of all that sugar that you've been ingesting. So, for the Doterra fiber. The Doterra fiber is amazing before meals, so you just build up that fiber wall inside. It's just 10 ounces of water, put a scoop in there and drink that right before your meal. It is also a great prebiotic. Prebiotic meaning it's food for that good bacteria that you want, and it will start multiplying in your gut and doing its job. And the Doterra greens. So the Doterra greens are awesome because 70% of adults are not meeting their guidelines for vegetable consumption. And if you fall in that camp, you might want to try this. It has greens, a lot of awesome greens, superfoods. Moringa, acai, cabbage, dandelion, alfalfa, spinach, to name a few, goji berry. And the adaptive system is so important, or any aromatherapy for that matter, because it just reduces that cortisol level, reduces those anxious feelings, hence reducing the sugar spikes. So take this challenge. So take 2 habits, just 2. Let's start with 2. Let's say take Sassy 2 capsules right before your meal, and then right after your meal, go for that 15-minute walk after each meal. And then now, so write it down. What are you going to do? And then call 3 people that you know who needs this, and have them do the same. And they will call 3 people, and so on and so forth. So now, more than ever, do we need to improve our metabolic health. And we as Doterra advocates need to get metabolically fit. We can use all Doterra has to offer because, again, you can't go wrong with it, right? Everything in Doterra drives us toward metabolic health. Even by how we provide community and accountability and education. So I just wanted to say how really difficult it had been during the pandemic in the hospital. for my colleagues. All the staff in the hospital and the nursing home, a lot of them really suffered. We lost a lot of our patients, even staff and their family members bringing stuff home. And it was really hard, just the mental anguish and the devastation that occurred and that we saw. We're left with a lot of scars. But together, as we share this knowledge and hope, we can help this country change course. We as leaders can motivate our communities, and we can change the trajectory of our nation's health. Thank you.